Starting the year strong on social media is really important and can help you fill your schedule for 2025 sooner than ever. So let's get started today with our week one of the series, which is all about 3 simple steps to improve your social media presence. I'm so excited to kick off our new series for 2025, which is all about showing up on social media. I love to start the year with a little bit of a social media boost because when it comes down to it, the most engagements of the year happen over the holidays, which means that come January, we have tons of newly engaged couples who are so excited to get started on their wedding planning. That said, we want to be out in the world. We want to be present. We want to be showing up. We want them to see our content, to learn about our business, and to ultimately inquire about our services. I realize that for many of us, the idea, just the word, the phrase social media can give you anxiety or can kind of fill you with this feeling of being overwhelmed. Maybe it makes you uncomfortable. You might feel exposed when you're on social media and it just might not be in your comfort zone. And so I want to start by just addressing that and talk about how we're going to take this slow. We're going to learn social media in baby steps, or maybe we're already familiar with social media, but we've been so inconsistent that it kind of just feels like something we've put on the back burner. And so I want you to realize that you can take it slow. We're going to step outside of our comfort zone, baby step at a time, until our comfort zone expands and suddenly we realize that social media feels easy and feels comfortable for us. Okay, that is the goal. It does not have to be this speedy process that we are rushing through. Ultimately, when we try to power through a new habit and just go hard from the get-go, we ultimately get burned out and we fail. And so in order to really develop a habit successfully, we want to take it in baby steps. We want to work through and learn things slowly and feel comfortable before we take the next step out of our comfort zone. So let's keep that in mind as we go forward today. I do want to challenge you to see the value in social media. I want you to recognize that this tool can help you truly skyrocket your business, okay? When I look at my data, every single year, over 75% of my booked clients found me on Instagram, and the other 25% came from vendor referrals who also probably found me on Instagram. Okay, it is truly a hub where all of your ideal clients are spending time. And we need to meet them where they are. We need to be in those spaces where they are already spending time, where they are intentionally looking for inspiration for their wedding. We want to be there. The other thing that I always like to mention is that even when someone finds you through Google or someone finds you through the word of mouth referrals, no matter how they find you, they are more than likely going to social media to see your account. They are double checking your authenticity and they want to learn more about your business. And so even if someone finds you outside of social media, chances are they're going to social media to learn more about you. And so it is so important that we are not only present on social media, but that we are being intentional and strategic with our content and that we are ultimately letting people learn about our business and calling them to action to inquire to work with us. So I'm going to be working you through and helping you kind of learn some skills, learn some habits, learn some routines that will make social media feel less overwhelming and to help it become an easy part of your day running your business. Today, we're starting with 3 simple steps. So the first step is that I want you to make sure that your bio photo on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, whichever social media platform you are choosing to pour into, I want you to make sure that that photo is of you, okay? We are gonna phase out the logo photos as our bio picture, okay? A selfie is fine, even if it's not the most professional headshot in the world. If it is a photo of your face, it is going to carry so much more power in helping you connect with people who come across your page than any logo will. The key here is that we are putting a personal touch on our brand. In the wedding industry, brides and mothers of the bride and grooms are out there looking for people who they connect to hire as part of their wedding vendor team. They're looking for people, not companies, not brands. They want that personal connection with you. And so if your logo is your photo on Instagram, the very first impression that that gives to someone who comes across your page is, oh, this is kind of like a company or a business, a brand. It's not a person. And that's not how we want people to feel. In other lines of work, in other industries, logos may be really powerful and may be the better option. But I firmly believe that in the wedding industry, we need to have a picture of our faces as our bio photo. So go check that. Make sure you have a photo of you. All right, the second thing that I want you to do as a simple step toward improving your social media presence is to go ahead and just review your actual bio, the text that you have in your bio on Instagram, on TikTok, wherever you're focusing. I want you to make sure that you have these 3 things in your bio, okay? Number 1 is your name. I can't tell you how many times I have come across a vendor and had to either scroll through their posts on social media to find their name or click through to their website and go to their about page and really dig just to figure out their first name. Again, we want to feel like this personal, welcoming, inviting space. And so we need to make sure that our name is obvious on our account. The second thing is you should have some sort of line in your bio that clearly states what you do and who you serve. So yes, you may offer many different things. Maybe you do calligraphy, maybe you do invitation design, maybe you do wedding day installations. You may have a list of different offers that you provide, but you want to simplify it. You want to have it into one sentence that clearly states, here's what I do and here's who I serve. And let me just say, I know that some of you are going to have apprehension about stating who you serve because a lot of us want to keep this really broad audience. We want to say, oh, I serve any couple getting married anywhere in the world. However, at the end of the day, we want people to feel excited about working with us. We want people to come across our social media accounts and say, this is the person I've been looking for. This is the exact vendor that I want for my wedding. And so we have to be willing to niche down. We have to be willing to say, I create custom wedding invitations for coastal luxe weddings. We have to be able to say, I serve the Atlanta area designing classic, timeless invitations. Whatever your niche is going to be, you need to declare that in your bio. Make sure that it is clear what you do and who you serve. And then the third thing that I want you to include in your bio is a call to action and a link to your website. Okay, your website should be linked right there on Instagram, on TikTok, wherever it is. And you should have something that calls them to click that link, that tells them to click the link. So it might say, now booking 2025 weddings with an arrow pointing down to your link. It might say, click below to inquire or click below to learn more about our services. Whatever it is, tell them where to click and what to do next, okay? Call them into action. You would be surprised looking at buyer psychology data, how much of a difference that simple call to action can make. Even just the act of telling them to click the link makes people more likely to click the link. So make sure that you have that in your bio. All right, so we are looking at our 3 simple steps. The first one is the photo of you as your bio picture. The second one is getting your bio down to those 3 things that I just reviewed. The third one is to show up small but steady. So the reason why this is so important to remember is that when we get excited about a new idea or we commit to showing up on social media, we sometimes shoot too high. We have this big lofty goal and we plan on doing, a really beautiful professionally edited reel every single day. Or we feel like we have to go on our stories and talk every single day. And ultimately what that can do is make it feel overwhelming and that can make it feel easy to quit. And so what I want you to do is think about showing up small but steady. How can you make a small little deposit each day in growing your social media account and showing up for your audience? This can be even just a photo on your stories. Maybe you start your workday with a picture of your coffee and a little list of what you're going to get done that day. Maybe it's a photo of your dog to just help people connect with you on a personal level. Those little posts, just a stories post that could take you 30 seconds, can make a huge difference in keeping you top of mind with the people in your audience and then also helping them connect with you and get to know you better. I do recommend that you start to build your feed with photos that reflect your style, that reflect the type of clients you want to attract, and really try to build a portfolio in your feed. And so if you are brand new to social media, this is something you're going to want to get started with, is getting your feed full of beautiful photos of your work. I think it's okay for you to only post to your feed 1 to 2 times a week in the beginning, if that feels the most doable for you and you're trying to build slowly and have that foundation of showing up on social media consistently. If you're only posting in your feed 1 to 2 times a week, but you are showing up consistently in your stories as well, that can still make a really big difference. Now, remember, we're talking about social media for quite a while, and coming up in the month of February, we are hosting a challenge for any business owners, but of course, we mostly connect with stationers, calligraphers, artists, designers, and we are inviting you to join this challenge. It is called the Social Stationer Challenge, and the goal of this challenge is to commit to showing up consistently in the month of February. All right, and so what we're gonna do is when you sign up for this challenge, you are going to instantly get an email with so many resources and things to help you get started. And you are going to be able to start planning and getting ready to show up in the month of February. So I hope that you will join us. There is a link in the description where you can go ahead and get registered for the challenge. And I hope that you will join us next week, because we are going to come back here on YouTube and we're going to be talking all about what to post. And so we kind of set the foundation today, and next week we're going to talk about actual content pillars and what to prepare in terms of content for your Instagram. So I hope you will join us. Have a great week.